Commissioner Bullock, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, welcome to Planning Commission for September 17th, 2025. We'll start the meeting off with a prayer from Commissioner Mitchell, and I will lead us in the pledge.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we're grateful to be here this night for our Planning Commission and land use meetings. We're grateful for the opportunities you have to serve and to help. We're grateful for the opportunity to live in Washington City and for all those who serve and help to make it an enjoyable place to be. We pray that Thou please help all of us as citizens to be kind and to be mindful of those around us. I pray Thou please be with us at this time and help us as we go through our items, that we can do so calmly and efficiently. And we thank Thee in this we pray, and do so in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Please rise. Item 1 for tonight's agenda is the approval of the agenda. I'll look for a motion for approval of the agenda.
Commissioner Tupou, I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Commissioner Davis seconds the motion.
I have a first and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 2 is approval of the minutes from the September 3rd, 2025 Planning Commission meeting.
Commissioner Davis makes a motion to approve the minutes from September 3rd.
This is Commissioner Mitchell. I second.
I have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Is there any declarations? Item 3 is the declarations and abstentions or in conflicts. Does anyone have any with the Planning Commission? All right. Item 4A is a Z-25-18, a request to update a portion of the Coral Canyon Area 5 PCD located at Telegraph and Country Way. We will turn this over to Eldon.
Thank you, Commissioners. On the screen here is the area that we're looking at, Smith area. The applicant is requesting approval to amend Coral Canyon Area 5 PCD. It's 193.66 acres, and it's a joint effort here with SITLA, or TLA, their newer name, Coal West and Washington City, to provide a more affordable housing product in this undeveloped area. The proposed changes are as follows. This is the current PCD plan. The green space is open area. They're asking to decrease the developable area from 91.49 acres, which is everything other than the green area, to 38.28 acres, which is this teal color. So asking to reduce that developable area. This reduction will allow the civil improvements to cost much less as the quantity is being reduced, such as the length in pipe and roadways, etc. With this change, the open space area will increase 53.21 acres from 97.35 acres to 150.56 acres. They're also asking for a density increase of 85 units. Currently, the PCD is approved for 135 in this area, and the applicant is proposing 220 units. The approved density, as it sits today, 135 units with the overall acreage, is a 0.7 density unit per acre ratio, with the proposed plan being a 1.4. The density unit per acre ratio in the developable land for this plan is 1.48, and the proposal being 5.75. The lot sizes for this development will range in size from approximately 4,500 square feet to 5,500 square feet. Proposal also includes an updated setback plan. I'll zoom in on it here. You can see they're asking for a front yard setback of 15 to the home and 20 to the garage, rear setback of 10 foot, and side setbacks of 5 feet. They're also proposing a roadway elimination. On this plan here, you can see as it sits today, I'll zoom in on this note here, this secondary access. They're asking to remove that, which crosses the floodplain there, which significantly adds cost to the development. They're asking to remove that secondary roadway, feed this development off of the current countryway or landfill road as shown there. Staff supports the proposal in reducing the developable land to 38.28 acres and increasing the open space. Staff supports increasing the density by 85 units, along with the updated setback plan, and staff supports removing the secondary roadway. Staff recommends the Planning Commission recommend approval of Z-25-18 for zone change request, updating a portion of the PCD as shown here on the exhibit, and this will go on to City Council for approval. That concludes staff report. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Eldon, what were the original lot sizes that they're wanting to change from?
Lot sizes weren't specified. There was 2 different product types. You can see here a standard residential or a custom home. So we didn't have those exact lot sizes. They would come in with the pre-plat.
But they're asking for lot sizes now at this phase instead of
No,
the zone change.
they're not asking. We asked what they thought the anticipated lot size would be, and they produced that number. But we're not approving the lot size here, but that's what we can expect to see when that does come forth.
Okay.
Eldon, in the flow card, Public Works and Engineering both make a recommendation that the applicant would share in the cost of, assuming this were to go forward and eliminate the access road, would share in the cost of the main road Countryway in the expansion and, renovation, any renovations to it. Have they agreed to that? Have they made any commitment towards that?
Yes, there'll be some negotiation there and some cost shared improvements that will take place.
What would the cost sharing look like? Is it a percentage or just whatever runs through the development or?
Yeah, that'll be configured in those discussions as to what percentage of those improvements will be made by this development.
So funds would be withheld from sales or like what?
Say that again.
So if they develop or they sell lots, we would withhold money from there for future development of the roadway? I mean, what is it?
No, it'll work like our traditional development here. When developing land, the developer is required to to make those civil improvements, roadway, infrastructure requirements. This one's a little unique with Countryway, Landfill Road already being existing. But there will be some widening, some extra lanes being put in, and we'll have to work through that at that time.
Do you guys have any other questions, or should I open this up for public comment?
You can open it up at this point, but come back.
Alan, this is Commissioner Anderson. I just had probably a typo, but on page 3, it says the following changes are made to amend the Long Valley PCD. I'm assuming that's a typo.
Be a typo, correct? We could update that in the motion. Good catch.
All right, this is the public hearing portion of this. If anyone would like to come up and talk on item 4A, please do so. Yep, state your name and for the record, please.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Greg MacArthur. I'm here representing the Trust Lands Administration, or CITLA. We're the underlying landholder here. I just want to kind of make a comment of what we're doing here tonight and why this is important and why we as a landowner are very in support of this. So we have a development partner, which is Coal West, which we work with on these lands. So how this came about is about a year and a half ago, the governor came to us and he has a new proposal. He wants to help solve the affordable housing problem in southern Utah, well, the state, and specifically with us here, and with this in southern Utah. And what he's saying is we want to be able to provide single detached homes for around $400,000. And as you know, in southern Utah, that's very difficult. And so what we did, and they're asking us as the Trust Lands Administration, as a large landholder, to help them solve this problem. So we've been speaking with Steve Waldrop, who is the housing czar of the state. He's in the governor's office. And we identified these lands as a place that potentially we could help and accomplish this mission of providing single detached $400,000 homes. And what it requires is for everybody to come to the table to help work on this, to give a little bit. And so I can tell you what CITLA has been willing to do. So the Trust Lands Administration, typically on land sales, when we have a development partner, we make around 11, 12% of the price of the home when they sell the home. On this, we've come back and we've approached our board and we've reduced what we make on our homes down by half. And that is not something that we typically do. So that's very regular. So CITLA is giving up half of what they typically make. And that's what we're in existence for, is to make money for the school kids. But this is important enough to where we came down half. Then we have our development partner who is giving a lot on this. Our development partner typically makes a certain amount on homes, and they are now taking 1/3 of what they typically take and make on homes to come in and do this. And we're asking a lot of them because they're the ones that are coming in and building the homes. They're putting their capital in, and they're taking 1/3 of what they typically make. So they've given there. And then we've come to the city, and we worked with the city over the last year to see what the city could do. And the city's been very generous in what they're willing to do to help work with this as well. Renaming the road from Landfill Road. Who wants to live on Landfill Road? And so they've changed that to Countryway. Willing to increase the density, willing to change the access. So there's that secondary access, because that goes through wetlands. If we were to put that in, it's an additional $5 million to do. And that has to go directly to the homes that we'd be building. And so being able to let us use Countryway now. And then the other one is CITLA, the developer, and then the city and the county. We're definitely going to be working with the county. We're all willing to get together and figure out what we need to do and what we all need to put in to improve Countryway so that this can work. So this is a great win-win-win situation where everybody's coming together and doing these things to make it so we actually can create a product and affordable housing here in southern Utah. So I just wanted to explain kind of what we're doing and how we got to here, and that's my comment.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to speak to this?
Excuse me, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Roger Burton. My wife and I live in the Views section of Coral Canyon. And I'm a bit confused as to exactly where this is going to be. I believe it's going to be, the area that we're talking about here is currently occupied by a beehive or beehives that I'm guessing is leased to the, whatever they call beehive people. Are you aware of the beehive location?
Yeah, I've seen it as I drove on that road.
I'm sorry?
Yes, I'm sure we've seen, most of us have seen where it's located, and that's exactly where this is located. That's
okay.
where this parcel is located at.
Okay. Now, directly behind, well, first of all, we have an east-facing view from our lot, and that's primarily why we purchased it. There is a ridge directly a short distance east of this beehive location, and I'm wondering if there were homes planned on being built on top of this ridge. I don't know if that ridge is included in the area or not. If so, that would be a significant devaluation of our property. And I would strongly oppose that. And additionally, where's the water coming from? I mean, gosh, I realize the area is growing. And once again, I didn't quite understand it. Are these going to be single-family homes or high occupancy?
Single-family detached homes. So
Okay.
small homes, but starter homes, two to three bedroom, or 3 to 4, somewhere around there is what I'm guessing. 1,600 square foot
I'm
homes.
sorry, yeah, about how many approximately
How many?
homes are planned for this area?
220?
Okay. Okay, and the current zoning of that property is for,
We're not changing the zoning. We're just changing the density and where it is. So we're not going to be building up against Telegraph now. That's going to be open space, and a lot of the other stuff's open space. So just that teal color right there is the only spot that they're looking to build right now. So
Okay.
I mean, it's not approved. We don't know what the plans look like. Nothing like that. All this meeting's for is to decide, yes, we're going to let them do it, or no, we're not. This is the first step. The next step will be, they'll
Okay.
come in with the plans and all of that, and then we'll move forward from there. So this
Okay.
is just a zone change, correct? Or an amendment to the already master community out there.
Okay. Right now, we have a beautiful unobstructed view, nothing but bare land between us and the Hurricane Cliffs. This will create some light pollution for us in the evenings. And just overlooking a bunch of rooftops is not the most desirable.
Yeah, but I mean,
Condition
just because you've moved here and got yours doesn't mean it doesn't leave the opportunity for somebody else to move in and get theirs. So it is always zoned to be homes there. We're just going to expand it a little bit, it looks like. So it is, I mean, we can't tell them they can't build there. So
Okay.
plain and simple.
I did some quick research prior to purchasing this lot in 2018. And I believe at the time this was school district trust land.
Yes, and the home you bought was school district trust land as well.
Oh, okay, so I don't quite understand the process. Did the school district trust then sell the property?
The school district owns it and they sell it off. It's Sitla. I mean, that's for the most part how it works. And then they have a lease on the land. And when the land sells, that's when they give up their lease on the land. If I'm not mistaken, there's other people that can probably explain it better. But all of Coral Canyon was Sitla land. So your home that you're living on was Sitla land as well. So they're going through the exact same thing that you did when you bought yours. But you probably didn't buy it from the builder, or if you did, it was the same thing. If you bought it from a private, if you're the second owner of the home, they would have bought it from them, the builder and all of that.
Okay. All right, I'll just continue my opposition to this, and hopefully that you vote no.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to speak on this 4A? Because I'm going to close the public hearing portion of this. Okay, the public hearing portion of this is closed. Do you guys have any other questions or concerns?
I don't. This is Commissioner Mitchell. I actually am most excited about the continuation of the trail. I feel like that's going to be great for the community to connect. So, for what it's worth.
My thing is I'd like to see the lots a little bit bigger. I feel like we're cramming a lot of homes in a small space. I know it's for reasons, but if we could get bigger lots for that many homes instead of the small lot sizes, I'd like to see the bigger, not necessarily huge, but at least 6,000 instead of the 45 to, if we can go with bigger lot sizes, I don't know if that would affect the cost anymore. I mean, I feel like you wouldn't feel like you're living on top of each other. It wouldn't feel so crammed because that's a lot of homes in a small area, is my opinion.
With that,
I mean, if we can push the lot sizes a little bit bigger than what we're asking for, that would be awesome, if there's a way.
So Adam Allen with American Consulting and Engineering. I'm not here to speak about whether or not we'll push them bigger or not, but the average lots back in the 40s and the 50s when everybody had homes was in the 5,000 to 6,000 square feet. We've now went to the 10, 12s, 15,000 square foot lots, and that's what everybody's used to seeing, but that's unaffordable. So if we did increase those to bigger, either the density goes a lot farther down or we have to build across a lot more area, so the cost does go up significantly.
I'm just looking at this side of the green that's never going to be built on, that's open space, correct?
Yep.
I was just wondering if we could push it that way, maybe get a little more, I don't know what the terrain's like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
If we could,
it's pretty good terrain. There's a big gas line and water line that runs through the middle of there, so we basically have to start a whole nother development, the big thing through there. So at this time, this is the way that we're trying to make it. They're trying to make things attainable, not. And that's always the thing that's always been said, right? Oh, we need bigger lots, but in all honesty, that's not true, because when everybody used to own a home, that's when they had smaller homes and they had smaller lots, but everybody at least could own something. So, thank you.
Hey, real quick, just curious too about the water, the drainage. Is that just Coral Canyon drainage that puddles there eventually once it's developed? That's not like groundwater or
No, I think that there's
springs that are
water
there.
that kind of comes through that canyon there a little bit. So no, it's not.
Just more
it's
of a
not
catchment.
Just from, it's just kind of, and, talking to Lester and some of the guys have been here since, for forever. They said back in the late 90s, there'd been some excavation that had been done there. And so that's kind of made that wetlands area. But now that they've come by and mapped it, it's what it is. It's wetlands and it's mapped.
Gotcha.
So,
Any other questions?
Eldon, just one question with respect, just so I'm clear, with respect to the amenities, increased density, it just flows into the broader community. Is that correct?
Correct, yes. Amenities will be part of the larger PCD.
Anything that needs to be addressed with this?
Correct.
Thank you.
The trail was mentioned. Big benefit here, this will complete that dead end trail and tie in to the east there. So that'll be a big improvement for the residents as well. And they're planning to stub that trail connectivity to this subdivision, last I heard, which will be an added amenity to this subdivision.
This Commissioner Anderson, I'm looking here also, just looking at the elevations, just for your reference. It looks like this is sitting about 50 plus feet lower than the nearest home in Coral Canyon. So it will be lower, not up above.
Or $400,000 garages.
Any other questions? Okay, now look for a motion to,
This is Commissioner Anderson. I'll make a motion to recommend approval of Z-25-18, request to update a portion of the Coral Canyon Area 5 PCD located at Telegraph and Country Way with the findings and conditions outlined by staff. Also, to correct the typo, noting that it's the Coral Canyon PCD, not the Long Valley PCD.
This is Commissioner Mitchell. I second.
I have a first by Commissioner Anderson and a second by Commissioner Mitchell. Individual voting, Commissioner Anderson.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
Commissioner Tupou.
Aye.
Commissioner Davis.
Aye.
I'm Commissioner Bullock. I'm an aye as well. This will go to City Council with a recommendation of approval. Item 5 is adjournment.
This is Commissioner Mitchell. I move that we adjourn.
Your Tupou, I second.
I have a first and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. We will move on to land use in just a second. All right. Welcome to the Land Use Authority meeting for Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Item number 1 is the approval of the agenda. I'll look for a motion to approve the agenda.
This is Commissioner Mitchell. I move that we approve the agenda for September 17th land use meeting.
Commissioner Tupou, I second that.
I have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the minutes from the September 3rd, 2025 meeting.
Commissioner Tupou, I make a motion to approve the minutes from September 3rd, 2025.
Commissioner Davis seconds.
And first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 3, declaration of abstentions and conflicts. Does anyone have any?
None.
This is Commissioner Anderson. I own a lot in Heights at Washington Bench, but it's not by
Any of this?
any of this.
All righty. Item 4A is a final plat partial amendment for the Heights at Washington Bench Phase 4 subdivision located at South Pinto Street. Applicant is Kent Rasmussen, and we'll turn the time over to Eldon.
Reason for this amendment is to extend the west property line of lots 76 through 80. You can see lot 80 on the screen here. I'll scroll down. There's lot 76. This western property boundary that the cursor's bouncing on is moving approximately 15 feet here in the center and roughly 30 feet on lot 80. So they're making those lots bigger. And to match existing conditions, there's a retaining wall that was built, and that lot line will now match where that retaining wall is. Staff has reviewed the proposed final plat partial amendment and finds it conforms to the R112 zoning of this development. The subdivision also remains in compliance with the subdivision ordinance of the city. Staff recommends the Land Use Authority approve the Heights at Washington Bench Phase 4 Partial Amendment A based on the findings and conditions stated in staff report. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have at this time.
Eldon, can you pull it up on the satellite?
Yeah, zoom out on. So it's the lower.
Where is this at?
I was just thinking is the Milter.
That lot that's highlighted is lot 79? Yes, 79 is that highlighted lot.
So it's the lowest. Yeah. Well, I guess, yeah, sorry. Border's the lower.
Oh, so they're just pushing down to the street?
No, pushing to the edge of the wall. Right now, it's like half of the yard.
Oh, I see. Easy
This is
enough.
Commissioner Anderson. When the original developer that had this, they were kind of smaller lots and they didn't really do any of the retaining walls and so forth. And then when the retaining walls got put in, the lot line was like inside the property line. And so he's just moving it to where the walls are, basically. It's just, the
Makes
first
sense.
person was doing it, went bankrupt and lost it and never really finished it. And so that's all it is.
Commissioner Davis, just so that I understand, in looking at it, would this also then eliminate, there's a bunch of white rock that gradually tapers all the way down to the
White Rock is the open space.
the open space. So now it's gonna push, and then
It'll stay just like it is. They're just making the plat match what's already there on the site. So the open space that's listed here is that white
it's that white rock that
rock, yeah, the
runs down.
gravel, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
They're just pushing the lot line boundary to be the retaining wall, whereas right now it's like halfway into the lot, partially into the lot.
Makes sense.
Which is a little strange because there's a house on lot, what is that, 70, I can't read from here.
76.
The second from the bottom, there's a house on it.
77.
77, yeah. Yeah, there's another one under construction. So basically just lets them have their backyard rather than having 10 feet in their backyard that's not theirs technically.
Right, no, it makes sense. So this is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak to item 4A. Okay, I will close the public hearing portion of this. And
There were,
If
as
there's
Commissioner
anything-
Anderson, there were some online comments or emails, I guess, but I just wanted to address those. The people were all asking if, if there could be park area or landscaping or this or that. I mean, it's already in its finished state.
I don't think they realized what they were looking at.
Right, that's what I'm just saying for the record, like, it's already in its finished state. It's not a park, it's not this or that, it's just the slope is all it is.
Just curious, Eldon, what was the reasoning that brought this up, or when was it discovered that needed to change, or?
So the retaining walls in the back were just not installed on the current property line. I'm not sure who erred or how that came about. Once it was found out, the applicant, the engineer said, hey, let's move these property lines to sit right on top of that retaining wall. Maximize the backyard space.
But the retaining walls, like where where it was, you wouldn't have been able to fit a house on these lots. It was way too close the way it was originally drawn.
I opened and closed it. No, I'll look for a motion. Somebody's ready for it.
Commissioner Davis, I'll make a motion for approval of the final plat partial amendment for the Heights at Washington Bench, Phase 4 subdivision located at South Pinto Street, subject to findings and conditions in the staff report.
This is Commissioner Mitchell, I second.
I have a first by Commissioner Davis, a second by Commissioner Mitchell. Individual voting, Commissioner Anderson.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
Commissioner Tupou. Commissioner Davis. I'm Commissioner Bullock. I'm an aye as well. So item 4A passes unanimously. Item 4B is an amended final plat approval for Prada Pecana subdivision located at 100 East Prada Pecana Lane. The applicant is Craig Engel, and we'll turn this over to Eldon.
The existing subdivisions on the map here, you can see where we're discussing. Reason for this amendment is to add 2 units to the development for a total of 12 and combine the development into a single phase. No other changes are being made at this time. As you can remember, a few months ago, the applicant brought forth a zone change to add the 2 units, with this being PUD. That was the first step to update the zoning. They're now addressing it at the plating level to add the units to the lots or to the subdivision and formalizing that process. Staff has reviewed the proposed amended final plat and finds it conforms to the PUD zoning of this development. The subdivision also remains in compliance with the subdivision ordinance of the city. Staff recommends the Land Use Authority approve the Prada Pecana amended subdivision based on the following original findings and subject to the following conditions as stated in the report. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have at this time. You can see this is where they're proposing the 2 units to go next to lots 7 and 8. And I'll pull up their amended final plat.
If I remember correctly, like Planning Commission denied this, right? But then City Council approved it.
Correct, with provisional setbacks. Yes, you're exactly right. Units 11 and 12 are what they're proposing here.
Eldon, what are the dashed numbered boxes representing? Are they
Parking.
visitor parking?
Correct, yes, parking.
This is Commissioner Davis, that parking looks all,
Can you show the, or,
So it's just solid concrete then, right? Because everything in between it are driveways.
so currently there's those three in the far,
yeah, that's,
where the white car is parked, I guess. There's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 stalls there. But those will go away, right, and turn into one? So you lose 3, turns into 1?
Correct, yeah, they'll do some major civil improvements, just stub that road to the west and change the parking configuration as shown here.
Oh, gain the 3 down on the lower, the 15, 14, 13.
incredibly parked up in the evening, or if you go by on the weekends, it is packed. Eddie. Don't know where they're gonna go.
All right, what you guys are thinking, I'll open this up to the public hearing portion of this. Would anyone here like to speak to item 4B? Okay, I will close the public hearing portion of this. And if you guys have any other questions for Eldon, or look for a motion, or the developer.
This is Commissioner Mitchell. Like, we had quite a big discussion when this originally came through. And I felt like we had some, some ideas that could have worked to have made it maybe less congested. So yeah, I don't know. I think at the time it was denied because of trying to congest the area. But it seems like at this point it might just go through. Now, where this stops here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Eldon, can you show the satellite again? And down lower, or just zoom in on the buildings a little bit.
That's as close as I can get. It won't let me zoom anymore.
How big of a storm drain they have in that easement, do you know? John? Technically, this other building, it's quite the place to put a storm drain in everyone's backyard.
I just don't see where the cars are going. Because, I mean, right now, you're gonna lose those 3 guest spots. I believe in the proposal it mentions they're gonna add 2.
It loses 3 and it gains 3, it looks like.
You do what?
It's showing they lose 3 and then they gain 3. They're gaining 2 between
The garage, well,
those buildings and then 1 in front of the existing buildings.
right.
Basically, stays the same except you have another building with people.
another building with 2 new tenants.
More resident.
Which means 10 more cars. 6 more cars.
In reality,
Yeah, but it meets the code for parking, so there's not a lot we can do about that. I mean, yeah, it is, and that's the product that it is, so there's not a lot we can do.
How big are the townhomes? Do we know how many bedrooms and such there?
Thinking back to the zone change, I think there were a 3-bed, 2-bath.
That helps keep the cars down. The minute you go to 4-bed, they start doubling up in them. Commissioner Anderson, I'll make a motion to approve the amended final plat for Prada Pecana subdivision located at 100 East Prada Pecana Lane with the findings and conditions outlined by staff.
Commissioner Tupou, I second that.
First by Commissioner Anderson, a second by Commissioner Tupou. Individual voting, Commissioner Anderson.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell.
I'll go aye. Aye.
Commissioner Tupou.
Aye.
Commissioner Davis.
Nay.
I'm Commissioner Bullock. I'm an aye as well. This will be approved. Item 4C is a preliminary plat approval for Crimson Court subdivision located at approximately 990 East George Washington Boulevard. Applicant is Bush and Gudgel, and we will turn this over to Eldon.
This should be fresh on our mind. We recently discussed this PUD amendment. Council approved the PUD that came forth a couple weeks ago. They're now moving into pre-plat, which we're discussing tonight. Pull up their plan. This particular subdivision is proposing 13 lots on an area covering 3.61 acres with lot size ranges from 5 to 11,000 square feet. The zoning is PUDR. The surrounding zoning is RA1 to the north, R115 to the east, R18 to the south, and PUDR to the west. During the PUD zone change, City Council removed the amenity trail from the plan with the condition that the applicant will pay 80% of the cost to build the trail to the city to be used towards public amenities in this area and which will benefit this community, specifically looking towards Wheels Park across the street. The applicant will pay this with the final plat application. The proposed subdivision conforms to the approved zoning. The request meets the subdivision requirements and other city ordinances as it relates to this location. Staff has reviewed the request and recommends approval with conditions of the preliminary plat as outlined. And I'm happy to answer any questions you may have at this time.
Eldon, this is Commissioner Davis. Have the lot sizes increased with the removal of the trail? Did they go back further?
The trail, no. They revised their original plan. They reduced one lot, and they did increase at that time, but from removing the trail, no, lots stayed the same.
That's what we saw before. Thank you.
Does the area in green become, is it part of the, what would be like the HOA or part of the development? They'll have to maintain or take care of that.
Will be in common area, HOA.
But with respect to the HOA, I think in the city council conversation, this would be, the HOA fees then would be reduced because you're not having to worry about a trail. Now it's just maintenance of whatever brush or whatever's back there.
Exactly.
Ideally, you're reducing costs a little bit.
Have to get access from the other community, the neighboring community, which was an issue.
And does the city has standards, right, for those communities to adhere to? I mean, if this becomes like a tumbleweed patch, it would be enforced that they clean it up and maintain it, correct?
Correct, yes. Yes, complaints would come into code enforcement and stay up on the weeds.
Okay, this is a public hearing. If anyone here would like to speak to item 4C. Okay, I'll close the public hearing portion of this. And look for a motion or further discussion if you guys have any.
This is Commissioner Mitchell. I'll make a motion that we approve the preliminary plat approved for the Crimson Court subdivision located at 990 East George Washington Boulevard with the findings and recommendations outlined by staff.
Davis seconds the motion.
First by Commissioner Mitchell and a second by Commissioner Davis. Individual voting, Commissioner Anderson.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
Commissioner Tupou.
Aye.
Commissioner Davis. And Commissioner Bullock. I'm an aye as well. Item 5A is adjournment. We'll look to adjourn this meeting unless anyone has anything else to say.
Motion to adjourn?
This is Mitchell, I second.
I have a first and a second on adjournment. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.